evening, all, and welcome to this our podcast series again. I am Dr. Anil Israni, practicing ENT surgeon in Vidarbha, Maharashtra. Okay, so in continuation of the previous podcast of differential diagnosis, we will look at the pathophysiology of cuff today. So let's begin with the mechanism involved in the cuff formation. Cuff mechanics involve a sequence of timed mechanical events divided into three phases for effective cuff production. First is the inspiratory phase, which involves inhaling gas varying from 50% of the tidal volume to 50% of the vital capacity. This phase also changes the architecture of expiratory muscles, leading to the generation of required intrathoracic pressure. The second is the compression phase. It involves contraction of the chest, abdominal, and diaphragmatic muscles against the closed glottis. Sorry, resulting in the rapid increase in the intrathoracic pressure, potentially reaching 300 mm of 300 mercury mm. And the final phase is the exhalatory phase, which involves the glottis being open, resulting in the large expiratory airflow and unique cuffing sound. The mechanism of cuffing is caused by complicated neurophysiologic cuff reflex arc. The cuff reflex arc consists of following steps. First is stimulation of cuff receptors. Second is the afferent pathway. Third is afferent nerve signaling. And fourth is the efferent root effectors. Fifth is effectors respiratory muscles. Sixth is air expulsion. And seventh is a cuffing. For a cuff associated with conditions like asthma, medication like ACE inhibitors, accumulation of prostaglandin, increased level of inflammatory mediators contribute to the airway lining, inflammation, and irritation. So, today's takeaway: cuffing is uncontrolled protective reflex mechanism responsible for the mucociliary clearance of the airway and excess secretions within the airway. This reflex is characterized by closing of glottis apparatus with subsequent increase in the intrathoracic pressure, which many times exceeds 300 millimeter mercury pressure. In certain pathologies and environmental triggers, release the inflammatory contribute to the airway lining, inflammation and irritation resulting in the cuffing. So depending on the cause of cuffing, various antitussive therapies like levodopa, a peripherally acting antitussive drug that suppresses the sensory fibers of the vagal neurons, are used. So in the next episode, we will begin our discussion on the type cuff by exploring various subjects linked to it. Continue to follow. Thank you.